Hello, Jovin family. Good evening. It's coming down here in Ghana. Today is my happy moment. And not forget to dance, eh? Thank you so much for 500 subscribers. Thank you so much for clicking on that red button. We are on another step ahead. Let's go to 1K, 1 million. We are so many. Just even on my Facebook page, we are enough to do this. Guys, we can do it. Tonight, today, was the mark of the half mark, 500 subscribers. Yes, thank you so much. I have come with this particular short video to quickly tell you about the downside of the projects we do. I'm always telling you the best, the good part. Now let's talk about the ugly. Yes, the bad in this particular project. We are going to talk about the rabbit and some downside, the fishes and some bad side, the general state of the homestead. Things that are a bit tight, but then we carry on. We soldier and march on, okay? Don't give up. Don't stop. Don't disappoint yourself by not doing anything. Start now. The first step, then the Lord will continue the journey. Let the victory be yours and let the battles be for the Lord. I have taken that step, okay? Today here on the homestead, we've celebrated. I'm too full, eh? I ate, eh? I danced. You not believe it. But the fact remains that this week we are still on with changing the place. The downside, there is those tiny parts where like, oh, another day. But don't give up. Let's continue this journey. We are now on the journey to 1K. I don't want just 1K. 1 million, 10 million. How many are we in Africa? I forget. Diaspora alone. How many people have left the continent to the diaspora? Guys, click that button. Click on the notification bell such that each time this Ugandan girl releases a video, you will know. You will know. And in your good time, you can watch it. If you don't know, today let me announce. If you have a Facebook account, click between 9 to 11. I am live every day. Cooking, working, making noise. Talking about mental health, talking about business, talking about skincare, yes, talking about these projects I'm doing. I want everybody who has the feeling that enough is enough, it's time to pack those bags and go. Where to start? Start here. When? Now and today. Why not? So basically, welcome to my channel. Welcome to this particular family. You're now a Jovin member. You're stamped. Yes? By all means, thank you, Auntie Cynthia. Thank you very much, George. Thank you so much, Auntie Juliana. You are very much of regulars. I remember Joshua. I remember Efia. And so many others that the names I cannot even pronounce. You're calling from France. You're calling from America. You're calling from China, from Britain. Hey, Mr. Mashud, I have not forgotten. Mr. Popola. Hey, thank you so much. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the love. Thank you for sharing and liking Jovim. I'll never forget anybody. I'll never forget anybody that came into my path. Never. So if you come back to the continent and you're around Ghana, or you want to take me to Niger, why not? Come and take me. I need to know what is there. Hey, I'm nosy. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you, Ade. Thank you, Auntie Ade Ronke. Thank you very much, Auntie Damali Mukasa. I'll not forget. Thank you very much, everybody. Philip, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for loving Jovins. We shall march on. We shall mention the good, the bad, and ugly. And I'll pound back to you. You need to return. You can go as you want. Come back whenever. Thank you so much, guys. Let's move on to the video. And guys, if you've not subscribed, click on the red button, notification bell. Support this Ugandan girl. And the other thing, before I go anywhere, if you don't know my name, let me repeat it. My name is Jacqueline Esiama Namuyomba, okay? I'm a Ghanaian. What do you want? I'm Ugandan by birth, okay? Please don't hesitate to connect. Keep the network going. Ask questions. You build me. You give me the strength. You give me the courage to keep going. People who call me and surprise me are the people I'm like, I didn't know you were looking. I didn't know you were watching. I didn't know you were listening. I thought I was just talking to myself. I love you. See you soon. Okay? Hello, Jovian family. Thank you so much for subscribing to Half the Mark. We are still working hard. What I'm going to do in this video is really short, but to show you the bad the good and the ugly. We've been talking about the good all the time, okay? The beautiful part of the homestead, the beautiful part of the business, beautiful part of farming. But at the moment, I want you to know that there is the other side of the coin. At this half mark, I promised myself that people need to know what else to expect. Today, I start with the rabbits. They are beautiful, aren't they? Gorgeous. Look at that. The upper part of this particular house, rabbit house, is for male. I only have one female left. It's a New Zealand white. Quite relaxed. I put a board for it so that it's not always on the wire, but also can rest there. That is its Bunny's house. Okay, that was in preparation then. I've not moved it. I've left it there for it to get used to it. The lower part is quite empty, but chickens sleep there at night. They come back. I open the tiny houses and they'll sleep there. Okay, this is the failed rabbit house. I've shown you this house before. At the moment, it's more like a storage house. Okay, I want you to bear in mind that as you return to the continent, people will promise you that they can do the job of which you're asking of them. That is the failed house. The individual who did this house was adamant. Look straight into my eyes and say, Mommy, I can do it. I've had rabbits before. We keep rabbits here in Ghana, and this is what I got. But this is what I drew for him. Okay? I was not upset. I paid his full pay, but that was the temporary shelter of which I paid the full price. So beware of that. Don't be put off by it, but instead be like Jacqueline, move on and find another one. And finally, I found a welding guy who did all that perfectly just by looking at a YouTube picture. All right, moving on to number 2. I rarely pass through this corridor. Today is a special day for Jovim Lifestyle Channel. I've decided to park this side that I normally don't. It's still part of the house, but it leads you to the drainage systems. Very clean. There's no smell because we used not the septic tank. We constructed something else. Okay? If you check my channel, I've put for you how we constructed this particular system. It just needs a little bit of space. It doesn't take time. Few guys can put it in place, and you're good to go. It takes up the septic tank, but it's more like organized, and later we can take the biogas. That's why you see what you see. Okay? And that's called a biodigester. Okay? I'm thinking this view is okay, but I wanted to take you to number 2. Failed project number 2. I've said, and I'll say it now, not everything about this homestead is a bed of roses. There is ups and downs. And one of the downs was the rabbit hatch. That was the first one. Second down side of fish farming. Okay? Fish farming in itself in the backyard is beautiful. I cannot deny that. But you need room. You see, I have 2 tanks here. But one thing I remember after hard working that day, we transferred and separated the small fish and the big boys. Okay, the fish are all male. So basically, we separated the big ones from the small ones. When we had all done, before that, we had to prepare. We prepared this particular pond, cleaned it out, started disinfecting it, flushed it, and put water for the following day for the particular occasion. Guess what? After the hard work of separating the fish, there were so many and heavy. We put the big ones in this particular pond and left the small ones in the pond behind in the background that you see with the blue net. To my knowledge, I would have thought by morning this tank would have had enough water for the fish that we had put. But I noticed there was no change. It seemed like I had just started. That's when I noticed the big problem. At the moment, algae is cognizing it again. But you see the filter? The filter over there? I noticed there was this particular cut, a very neat cut around the filter. And it was not letting the water settle in, but was just letting it out. Thank God that it was so much water that it kept my fish alive, but could not stay to fill the pond. That was a downside. And that brings me to the topic today. Okay? If you're doing fish farming, it's not bed of roses. I've mentioned feed, I've mentioned water, I've mentioned space, I've mentioned diseases that you can control by using the bitter leaf. All that is. Before I learned all that, I had some losses, but not too dangerous. Though I would have avoided them if I knew what I've told you. Now, this is the other thing. If you're coming to invest in fish farming and somebody is so sweet to tell you, oh, I have a trampoline that you can use and it's cheaper than doing a new one, think again. This thing is less than a year. We are barely a year here. And before you know, because it's second hand, we don't know even how long they've used it, let's be honest. We didn't even care to ask because we had a trusted friend who did that for us. Listen, whether it's a friend, family, the best of besties, if you're going to use an old trampoline or a second-hand one, just make sure you have prepared the second one. Just imagine if I didn't have the new one at the back. These fish have reached maturity. They are beautiful and heavy. And then there I go in the middle of the night, maybe the weight of it. Initially, there was no problem because I tested the pond. For 2 days, I was running water and it was okay. But the moment the fish went in, they increased the pressure, damage showed up. I had to call all my friends again. Guys, good news. We've moved the fish. Bad news. We have to move them again. Yes, I kept that video, kept my sadness, regained energy. I'm a business person. These things happen, but they should not happen to you. Now that you know, if you're buying a second-hand trampoline, make sure you have a backup. Secondly, I would prefer you do new ones because the one at the back is steady. Now I have to wait for parts for this one to redo it. I don't know what I'm going to use this plastic for. I may design it in a way that it makes a tent for my chicken coop. I don't lose anything. I am very creative. So this particular tarpaulin is going to make a chicken coop. I'll show you when I make it. But I have to invest in a new one. A new one is costly, but it's worth it. I would have saved my night of hard work for nothing. So that is setback number 2. Okay? Setback number 3. When you're buying rabbits from anybody, make sure you go yourself, choose and take that day. My fault was to get rabbits from a person around the village. They looked very nice. I didn't know they had another house at the back which had sick ones, weak ones, dirty ones. So when I sent my friend, a driver, to go and pick them up, they went to the back. The kids described, Uncle went to the back and collected the rabbits. So the show ones are for the show and you get the ugly. By the time they were here, I come back to check. Uncle, you've never kept rabbit? He said, no. So you didn't know this rabbit cannot even move. It cannot even eat. It cannot even drink. So the sicklers had to die. So the 3 rabbits that I was expecting to breed for this particular farm, we lost them. It was painful for the children and myself, hurting in the pocket because when we return, everything is on the budget. Okay? Let's agree, everything is on the budget. So that was a big loss to have 3 female rabbits, fully paid for full price, and I was given damage. So if you're going to look for rabbit, make sure you go, collect them that day, and choose and take because you're the customer and paying for what I paid full price. It hurts, but also I blame myself for not going and picking myself and trusting somebody. I'm thinking, oh, this one's Ghanaian. This one is proper traditional guy. He will bring what I need. He had no clue. That is the ugly of this homestead. Trampoline broken. I had to put back the fish together until I get a new one. Okay? Then for the rabbits, I had to redo a more expensive 3-tier rabbit house, but it was worth it because it's so steady and it's malfunction. It can do chicken, it can do rabbit. It's up to you. Number 3. I repeat, number 3. Planting. Seasons, for me, I have no even clue. Let's be honest. I can't blame anybody. I plant whenever I feel I can plant, and I water, and I look after, and I get what I want. But sometimes I'm so busy, the watering goes out of the window. So I lost a lot of pepper plants. I'm not selling, I'm not a loss. I got them from my market, local market, dried the seeds and planted. So I'm not at a loss. That's why I say when you're doing such a move, you need to keep all costs minimal. They will be damaged, but it will not be too painful. It will be damaged, but also you are not like depending on it entirely. But if you're somebody who is doing it for money, that was a big loss. So guys, thank you so much for subscribing today. Okay? We're going to sit and chat in this video for a few more 5 minutes. But thank you so much. I thought it would be special if I sent you another part of the coin, the good, bad, and ugly. The other thing is listen to the music. I love it. You buy in a place on the day of sales, it's quiet. Yes? But when you get in, there's a church or three or in a row next to it. Okay? Then if not, there'll be a pub that you didn't know even was existing in a residential area. So be wary. You come in a quiet place, pay the price of a silent place. Before you know it, you're really buying a noisy area. So that's another thing that is downside to where we are, but beware, churches are everywhere and they are quiet. After I paid the price, churches resumes as usual, and they may open very early and very late in the evening. You will never have that silence you thought you had paid for. Okay? I love you so much. Thank you for subscribing. From me, Jacqueline, here at Jovim's. I'm in the backyard today. I am happy to show you around. Yes, people are building around me, and I'm glad they're coming because that increases the security. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for subscribing. Let's move to 1,000 subscribers, 1K. From there we go to 1,000,000. Why not? We are so many. I'll repeat that. But thank you so much. For those of you who have missed this video, there is a live on Facebook, and I'll be putting some Pinterest. I'll be putting some on we'll be doing some on Instagram, and that's it. Okay, from me, Jacqueline, it's evening here. The sun is going down. I would climb in the steps up there and show it, but yes, let me go and rest. I've had a very long day, a very happy day, but I thought you needed to know the good, the bad, and ugly about our Jovims. Thank you and welcome to the family. If you've not subscribed and you're a friend on my page, please do me a favor. Click on the red button, click on the notification bell, and then you'll be able to subscribe. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.